I need to tell you about the worst night of my life, something that still makes my heart pound when I close my eyes. It was September 2023, and I was scraping by in a tiny apartment in Berlin, Germany, working as a 30-year-old freelance graphic designer. Klein & Ziegen, Germany's biggest online marketplace, was how I made extra cash, selling old tech or furniture to cover bills. I thought I had it down: meet in public, cash only, watch for sketchy vibes. But when I listed my old iPad for sale, I walked into a nightmare that's changed me forever. This is what happened, every second burned into my brain, and the ending, God, it's something I can't escape. I'd been in Berlin for 2 years, drawn to Kreuzberg's gritty charm, where artists and techies mix in a haze of street art and techno clubs. My iPad Air, outdated from my design work but still functional, was worth about €200. I posted it on Klein & Ziegen on September 10, 2023, with clear photos, good condition, charger included. Messages flooded in, mostly lowballers or scammers pushing fake PayPal links. Berlin's marketplace scene was a jungle. DW reported over 3,000 online fraud cases in 2023, from fake payments to rare but brutal thefts. I was careful, ignoring dodgy offers and sticking to my rules. Cash, busy spot, no exceptions. One message caught my eye. Lucas, a buyer with a plain Klein & Ziegen profile, no photo but a few ads for bike parts. He wrote, "Interested in iPad, €180 cash, can meet tomorrow?" His account was a year old, which seemed legit enough. I haggled him to €190, and we agreed to meet at 5 p.m. on September 12th outside a Rue supermarket in Kreuzberg, a lively spot with trams and shoppers. My roommate, Anna, wasn't happy. "Use a police swap zone," she said, knowing Berlin had them after a wave of marketplace crimes. But Rue was always packed, and I'd done deals there before. Anna agreed to watch from a cafe across the street, sipping coffee while I handled the exchange. I packed the iPad in its case, checked the charger, and headed out. The September air was crisp, the sun low over Kreuzberg's mural-covered buildings. I told myself it'd be quick, hand over the iPad, grab the cash, done. I'd sold stuff on Klein & Ziegen before, a lamp, some earbuds, no drama. But my stomach churned, a warning I brushed off as nerves. At 5:05 p.m., I reached the Rue, the parking lot buzzing with shoppers and bikes. A Klein & Ziegen message pinged, "Here, gray hoodie, by entrance." I spotted Lucas, tall, maybe 25, in a gray hoodie and jeans, standing near the supermarket doors. He looked like any Berliner grabbing groceries. Anna gave me a nod from the cafe. I waved at Lucas, forcing a smile. "You Lucas?" I said, gripping the iPad case. "Yeah," he replied, his voice quiet, eyes darting around. He pulled out a wad of euros, counting out €190 in €20 notes. I handed him the case, letting him check the iPad. He powered it on, swiped through it, and nodded. "Looks good," he said, passing me the cash. I counted it, everything checked out. Relief washed over me. It was going fine. I turned to head back to Anna, ready to join her for a coffee. Then I heard footsteps, fast, heavy, from behind. I spun around and my blood froze. 2 guys were charging from the side of the Rue, one waving a metal pipe, the other gripping a knife that glinted under the streetlights. Lucas didn't move, he just stood there, clutching the iPad case, his lips curling into a smirk. It hit me like a brick. I'd been set up. "Give us the money," the knife guy snarled, his face half hidden by a scarf. My hands shook, the cash still in my fist. Anna shouted from across the street, "Run!" But my legs wouldn't move. I threw the money at them, praying they'd grab it and go. The pipe guy snatched it, but the knife guy lunged, grabbing my arm and pressing the blade to my throat. "Phone now," he hissed, the sharp edge drawing a thin line of blood. I fumbled for my iPhone, my vision blurring with panic. Anna was screaming, waving down passers-by, but the street was a chaos of trams and shoppers. No one stopped. Lucas stepped closer, his smirk gone, replaced by a cold, empty stare. "You didn't check me well enough," he said, tucking the iPad under his hoodie. I tossed the phone, and the knife guy caught it, laughing, a low, chilling sound. The pipe guy swung at my legs, the metal grazing my knee with a sharp jolt of pain. I collapsed, hitting the pavement, my throat burning where the knife had cut. They sprinted toward a dark van parked at the lot's edge, peeling out before Anna could get close. Blood trickled down my neck, my knee throbbing, but the real terror was their eyes, cold, predatory, like they'd done this before and loved it. Shoppers finally noticed, someone calling the police. Berlin Polizei arrived in 10 minutes, their sirens cutting through the evening noise. I stammered through the story, the ad, the meetup, the ambush. Anna showed them the Kleinanzeigen messages, but Lucas's profile was gone, deleted within minutes. They found the iPad case later, dumped in a Kreuzberg alley, empty. My knee was bruised, not broken, but the neck cut needed 3 stitches at a nearby clinic. The cops were blunt. Kleinanzeigen scams are everywhere, one said. These guys are pros. The Berlin police opened a case, but it was like chasing ghosts. They linked the attack to a gang targeting Kleinanzeigen sellers, using fake accounts to lure victims. DW reported over 3,000 online marketplace crimes in Berlin in 2023, from fraud to violent thefts. Knives and pipes were common in Kreuzberg, where wealth and crime collide. CCTV caught the van, but its plates were fake and the alley had no cameras. My phone, the €190, and the iPad were gone, but the real loss was my sense of safety. I kept seeing Lucas's smirk, the knife guy's eyes, like they were still out there, watching. Anna and I went back to our apartment, but it felt like a cage. I couldn't sleep, jumping at every creak, replaying the blade against my throat. We got new locks, a cheap security camera, and swore off Kleinanzeigen. Friends shared their own stories. A neighbor lost a laptop to a fake buyer, another got threatening texts after a no-show, but no one faced a knife like I did. The police called in October, no leads, case closed. Berlin's a city of freedom and danger, and Kleinanzeigen was its dark side. Germany's marketplace culture, built on trust, makes it easy for predators to hide behind fake profiles. I should have listened to Anna, used a safe zone. My arrogance cost me. Months passed and I tried to move on. Anna and I moved to Pankow, a quieter suburb, hoping for a fresh start. We avoided online marketplaces, sticking to physical shops. But on November 20th, 2023, my world collapsed again. I was alone, Anna at work, when my new phone buzzed with a WhatsApp message from an unknown number. It was a photo, me, standing outside the Rue that September evening, holding the iPad case, oblivious to the ambush. The timestamp was September 12th, 5:04 p.m., seconds before they struck. A message followed, "We know your new place." My blood turned to ice. I zoomed in, and there was Lucas in his gray hoodie, watching from across the lot. Another photo came through, our new Pankow apartment building, taken at night, the security camera's light glinting. My hands shook so bad I dropped the phone. I called the police, but the number was a burner, untraceable. They patrolled Pankow for days, found nothing. Anna and I barely slept, checking the camera feed, hearing every noise as footsteps. Last week, a neighbor mentioned a dark van idling nearby.